Hello everybody, welcome to this week's session. So today I want to talk to renters or people that have not bought properties already or that are currently renting, okay? Or they are in their minds, they are sort of double-minded, considering to continue to rent or to buy a property. Which one is the best option for you? So I want to break it down in terms of some 7 elements, in terms of the property value, in terms of maintenance and repairs, in terms of the interest rates, in terms of sense of belonging, and in terms of control, personalization of the property, rental versus bond repayments amount. So these are the elements that I'm going to use to break down for you to use in order to define which one is the best option, whether you should actually continue to rent or you should actually find yourself a home, which is, for me, that is what I prefer, right? But it is not up to me. It is your decision to make in terms of what are your actually circumstances that you are faced with, because it's actually dependent. It is a personal decision that you must make. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is property value. So if you are renting, right, the value of the property, when it actually rises, it has nothing to do with you. It doesn't affect you in any way, except that you pay more rent, right? But if you're actually buying the property, as the property value rises, this is what you want, right? Because that improves or increases your net worth, and it means that when you eventually decide to sell that property, you will likely sell at an increase, at a profit, right? Okay. And then in terms of maintenance or the property repairs, when you are renting, that doesn't have nothing to do with you. It belongs to the landlord. So the landlord is the one that does the property maintenance, right? And is responsible for that. But if you're actually a homeowner, or if you decide to buy, it means you must create a budget for some repayment, some repairs or maintenance that should be done on the property. Depending on the types of maintenance or repairs that can be done, it might also improve or increase the home value. So that is one of the things that you must also uh, take into consideration, right? And then rent, in most cases, it is constant, or is it fixed for the term of the lease, which is around between 6 to 12 months. But if you are talking about the home loan repayments, sometimes they may fluctuate depending on a variable interest rate that may or may not go, may go up or down, depending on what is happening politically or in the economic environment at that point. Like right now, we are faced with the corona situation where the interest rate have dropped significantly. So that is one other thing that you need to consider, right? And then in terms of interest rate cuts, like when the interest rate get cuts, people that are renting, they don't get that benefit because it's only for the homeowners, right? It means for you as a renter, the rent continues to go up and up on an annual basis. It never really goes down, okay? But if you're a property owner, in terms of interest rate cuts, then you get that benefit that you now pay less. But also, because of fluctuation of going up and down, if it's a variable interest rate, you can also maybe pay more, which can also affect you in that regard, right? So the other thing when you are renting is that you are paying somebody else home loan, right? And they are just continuing to reap the benefit or benefiting in equity. Their net worth continues to uh, to 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 go up and up, while your net worth doesn't change with regards to owning a property, right? And then the other thing is the control, right? You have no control uh, after the lease ends if you are a renter, because the property owner can decide that, you know what, I actually want to sell my property at the end of that period. You have no control of that. You just need to move on and adapt and get another property, right? And you find that in that case you were already comfortable staying in that property and all that. You know what I'm talking about. But if you buy the house, the property is yours, right? And it's for yourself to live as much as you need, right? Until you want to sell. But the catch is that you must at least afford it to pay the bank back. Otherwise, they're gonna take you out of their property, right? Okay, and then in terms of personalization of the property, if you are renting, you have no control of that, so you cannot do anything. You are limited. You have limited powers. But if you buy, then you can do as you wish. Uh, but is subject to body corporate. If you are actually staying inside an estate, they will need to approve whatever improvements that you would like to make on your home, depending on what is the body corporate rules say. Okay, so if you are renting, uh, sometimes it happens that the rental amount, it's actually less than the bond repayment. So for you, it's actually good. But if you are a homeowner, sometimes you may find that the bond repayments are actually more than the rent. So you are going to pay an additional amount, maybe 1,000 or so, or whatever amount it will be, to just cover for that shortfall. But the best way to think about is that the home loan is actually, think about it as a savings account that you are actually putting away every single month, because eventually that home belongs to you, and all that amount that you have paid and more, in cases where your property rises in value, it becomes now your money. So it's actually really a savings account if you think about it. Okay, so I've let it down, broken it down for you to say what are the pros and the cons of actually renting or buying. So it is up to you now to decide which one is the best option actually for you. So, guys, thank you. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.